You're about to open a window into the life of a ghost hunter. We'll show you dark, creepy roads that fade into the night. We'll show you haunted places, but most importantly, we'll show you what happens along the way there.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Linda.
And I'm Tanya.
And we are heading down to Virginia Beach for our first paranormal investigation of the weekend. We have two of them lined up. One's in Virginia Beach, one is in North Carolina, Jacksonville, North Carolina. That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give away too much about what's going on at the investigation before we get there to kind of get the team to go in unbiased like we've been doing and experimenting with and having some fairly good results. Now I have to say the one thing that concerns me about Virginia Beach is when I go to a place, I kind of like to know that there's going to be a bathroom readily available. And Virginia Beach is one of those places where I've run around there looking for a bathroom and couldn't really find a decent one. And then when I did find one, it was in a Wawa. And those of you who have heard me speak on this before, you know I don't like the Wawa bathroom. For one, they're usually not clean. But for two, there's only one stall in there.
Right.
And the way my luck has it is as soon as I get in there, someone comes in and knocks on the door. And I just, I can't concentrate when somebody's waiting to come into the bathroom like that. You know what I'm saying? So I like multiple stalls
Well, the
in the
area
bathroom.
where we're going probably has a Walmart.
Well,
The Walmart has multiple stalls. They're not always clean. They're usually quite dirty.
Right.
But at least it's multiple stalls in there.
see, that's good. I like the Walmart bathrooms. I can do with the Walmart bathrooms,
Right.
definitely. But this is our first investigation of the new year. That's right, of 2020. So we're looking forward to a year full of adventure.
Yes.
Just stopping off at this Wawa. It's kind of a
Yes.
first-class Wawa, is it not?
It is. It's like a really fancy one. I think there's doors like in the back and doors
Yeah,
in
the
the
side, the
and
back,
doors in the
everywhere.
front. Yeah.
Doors all around. Look at the
Yeah.
coffee thing up there. Venture to say this coffee is piping hot, wouldn't you?
It really is. It is piping hot, but they were trickling out. I think they've been really busy and they haven't had a chance to re-up on the coffee or brew more. But it still seems like it's pretty fresh.
I was surprised. Even trickling out, it was still pretty hot. Like
Very hot.
There's steam
Yeah.
coming off.
Yeah, kind of excited about it.
Yeah. Over here, you'll notice the Kit Kat Duos. And I gotta say, I had a chance to try those. They were pretty good, weren't they?
They were really good. Not quite as good as an Andy's candy,
Yeah?
but still top of the line.
I don't know. I might have to beg to differ on that
No,
one.
they definitely weren't any better than an Andy's candy.
So we're out in front of the Wawa. This is Will.
Hey guys,
How's it going?
I'm doing great.
All right. So, Will, you got a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Right? Tell the
Yeah.
folks at home what that YouTube channel is so they can go check it out. It's pretty awesome.
My name is Will. I run Nightmare Narrative. It's where I do a bunch of scary stories as well as ghost investigations. So check me out, Nightmare Narrative on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Some awesome videos on there. We're down here in Virginia Beach, and what I was getting ready to say was Virginia Beach is an interesting place.
It is.
It's one of those places that is like a portal. It really is.
Yeah.
I forget the official name for it.
If you're talking about demons, it's it's on the tip of my tongue. I don't know. I can't think of it right now, but it's one of these cities
Yeah.
where basically they say that demons have taken over, not just in the government and the way things are run, but they say that, they are more prevalent here. It's like they've just kind of taken over the whole town. They say that Detroit is one of these places, and that's why Detroit has really gone downhill over the years and really can't recover financially or otherwise, because these demons actually run the town.
Right. And there's a lot of psychics down there, a lot of psychics.
A
It's
lot.
a big psychic community in Virginia Beach, so you wonder if that has something to do to play into it.
Yes.
But just as we were talking about this, I got a call from Virginia Beach, of course the one tonight. This just came last week. While I was on the phone with this lady, got another call for Virginia Beach,
Yeah.
which we're going to be going to in 2 weeks from this. So these calls start coming in from Virginia Beach, and it's interesting because we go all over Virginia, some of the surrounding states, and to get 2 calls back to back from Virginia Beach
Right.
at that in-between time.
Yes.
The start of the new year, it's one of those in-between times when it's believed
Yeah.
the veil is somewhat thin,
Right.
and spirits more easily walk among us. But it is interesting because the reports are somewhat similar.
Yes.
And like I said, I don't want to give too much away right now because, we want to kind of keep the team unbiased for the initial walkthrough and such. But there's similar reports, both from Virginia Beach. What are the odds? I think there's
Yeah.
something to that.
It's called a principality.
A principality. Accident.
Principality.
No, maybe not.
No.
All right.
Accidental Megan. That's Megan showing up.
Is that Megan?
Yeah.
All right. So it looks like we're going to be on time after all.
Was that you that caused that accident almost?
Almost, because that guy was in my ass. I mean, in my.
What we had to
Rear.
do was we had to hurry up and come over here because we didn't want them to see you walking up to us and know you were with us. And,
Thank you.
All that stuff. So we came over here.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to go?
Yes. Well, I don't know too much about this investigation yet, so
No,
That's
so
right.
we're going in completely blind.
I don't have any thoughts at the moment because I don't know what's happening.
Right. And I went in and I interviewed the woman and
Right.
got her report. And of course, that will be available as an episode of Paranormal Case Files.
Absolutely.
With her interview inclusive. But
Yeah.
right now we have Linda and Tanya in there walking around, doing some baseline readings. And they're going to come back and tell us if they got any certain vibes in any certain areas.
Do we have any power lines close to here? Or? I don't see
no.
any, so I think we should be getting some
Must
good.
be underground or something, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We should be getting some good readings.
Yeah.
Hopefully, accurate.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing with apartments, though, is that when they have activity, you never know if it's because of this apartment that's haunted, or if it's somebody that's one of the neighbors that's doing something,
That's a good point.
that's bringing something into the apartment building.
Yeah.
So it's
Never
always
really
tough.
thought of that.
Yeah,
Yep,
That's true,
could be
yeah.
somebody else.
absolutely.
I mean, because walls don't stop ghosts, so they can just keep going.
Right.
Right?
And you can,
Just keep scooting along.
yeah. So if somebody in the neighboring apartment, they're messing with an Ouija board or something like that.
Oh dear God, we're
Yeah.
gonna have a lot of activity.
Please no Ouija boards. No Ouija boards.
So
Well, I will say this: it does seem like it's something unfriendly for sure. That
Really?
based on her report alone,
Okay.
of course.
Oh.
Yeah.
good to know.
Mm-hmm. So be careful.
I will. It's not doing it too much in here.
I don't feel anything in here.
See if it does again out of curiosity. Yep. I'm cold.
Spiking again? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there it goes.
I'm cold.
Huh.
Temperature in here is 71.
That's weird.
You have goosebumps?
Feel my arm.
Oh, yeah. I'm not feeling anything.
It's weird. Some people, I don't know what's happened. I mean, I'm not scared. Just
Yeah. Just uneasy.
you holding this thing. This is going up to yellow again. It's in this room.
Well,
Does that when I'm in here and when I'm not here?
Yeah.
it's
And
interesting. Let me see the EMF detector there, the other one.
That one's not doing anything.
Let's see here. I want to make sure it's not coming from the floor or anything like that in this area.
Does anybody in here want to talk to us? Just just light it up and let me know if somebody's in here. Oh, thank you.
What happened in there when you were in there?
Nothing really coming through that we could make out.
Really?
At one point, we thought we heard the voice of a male say Jack, and then that was in the master bedroom, and then when we left and went into the other bedroom, we thought something was toying with us, like trying to act like it was a child, but then we didn't have the feeling it was a child.
Right.
So that's basically. Yeah, that's basically what we've had happen.
So we had Megan and Tanya and Linda. They went in there, and I was able to divulge some information because they had done their walkthrough and came back and told me what they felt, and of course that'll be on the video. But a lot of stuff going on here, and it seems to be something that's bothering this woman, like almost that somebody sent on her, like a spell or something like that. Dark mass in the bedroom, all the things that would make you comfortable, the hot water heater, the heat, everything, you know, the power going out to that so she can't have hot water, the fireplace when she tries to light it, smoke coming out of the fireplace and the chimney closing by itself, all kinds of stuff. So, what do you got?
Not a whole lot. I mean, it was kind of like weird little random things. Every so often you would hear a noise that would come through the spirit box. It was a little bit hard to hear through that spirit box. And maybe the noise cancellation that it has built in PSB 7 doesn't have. But it was, like I say, just weird little things, a couple of little fluctuations on the K2 meter. You know, I'm not sure whether it was actually full responses from something on that or not. It could have been, but I don't know, it was kind of strange. We almost wondered if something might have been holding back a little bit, maybe for some reason not wanting to speak to us. So we were curious about sending in 2 men and seeing if we got a different response with men than they did with all women.
Where are we gonna find them?
I don't know.
No.
Where are you gonna find men?
I have no idea.
I don't
I
either.
saw some walking across the parking lot down there. Perhaps we will ask him, like, hey, will you take this beepy lighty thing in there and see if it lights up? See if it dings?
Beepy lighty thing.
Beefy lighty thing, yeah.
I like it.
I'm wondering if you want to try the other spirit box,
Sure.
unless you want to try this yourself.
And the REM pod. I think I'd like
Yeah.
to take the REM pod.
Yeah. And plus, we only used one side at a time
Oh, okay.
instead of both, because both seem to be a little confusing.
When you use both, you can't hear anything. I mean, things come through, but you can't understand anything.
Right. So we're here in the master bedroom. Got Linda well over there. And we're just messing around with this REM pod right here. And this device, we've introduced it before, of course, proximity detector and the temperature. Detects temperature changes and will send off an audible alarm. And we're getting some interesting responses from it. But we were wondering, could that be because this is something that's created for paranormal investigation?
Right.
And as you're saying, like, there it goes again.
Yeah. But there's no temperature change at all, even when you get close to it.
Right, there's no temperature change on the meter. So, what are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what to think of it. We're always a little bit more suspicious of devices that were created specifically for ghost hunters. But at the same time, Jeff had mentioned earlier that this device has not gone off like this at every investigation every time we've used it. There's only been maybe, 2 or 3 investigations where the temperature alarm has gone off. And only one instance I can remember where the proximity meter alarm went off. So I'm just not sure what to think of it. I'm a little bit skeptical. I'd like to think that this device, for some reason, has the ability to allow spirits to communicate better than some of the other stuff we've used before. But at the same time, I don't know. It just seems suspicious.
Because nothing's affecting the temperature on
Right.
the meter there. I don't know. And like you said, it's interesting that it's mostly been the temperature.
Right.
The temperature. I don't know.
I mean, it was warm in here, but at first when we brought in the PSB 11 in the last session, the temperature alarm on that thing was going off as well. And at first we thought that perhaps it was just because we were trying to get the device acclimated to the much warmer temperature in here because it had been out on the front porch where it's a little cooler. But after standing in here for about 10 minutes, the thing continued to go off. So in a sense, the PSB-11 was doing the same thing that the REM pod is now.
That's interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. What would really astound me is if the sensitivity actually did go off, as if something was near it.
Right.
Temperature, that can always fluctuate. It could be, like you said, a malfunction, or it's the way it was designed.
Right.
What would really impress me is if somehow they were able to gather the energy to be able to set off the proximity.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you, with the PSB-11, when that was going off, the temperature, does it give a temperature reading? It goes +1. How high up was the temperature going, or was it going down?
It was going up, and it was only going up by one little light, whatever the setting is for
That's
that.
like 1 degree.
Is that 1 degree?
1 degree. Yeah, if you'll hold this, I'll kind of show that on this video here, because
Okay.
we showed that on the Case Files video, but we don't really show that on here now. This is the PSB-11 that Tanya picked up. It's got the antenna that pops up here. Kick it on. It's a spirit box. Now what's cool is you can go to FM or AM. So blue light is AM, and the sweep rate is right here. It's both set to 50. So let me turn the turn that off. What is that?
What? That's the thing in your hand.
Oh,
That's
was
the
this?
temperature- Yeah, that's the
Oh,
temperature
okay.
gauge.
I thought it was that thing going
Yeah,
off there.
no, that's the temperature gauge.
So anyway, so you set the sweep rate right here. So you set the sweep rate. I like to set it for about 200. Seems to give some of the best results. And then you can start sweeping forward. You can sweep forward on both of them if you want. But down here it takes the temperature. So it shows the temperature has raised 1. Click it back to reset it. There is something coming through there. So I can turn the AM off. Can get significantly louder too if we wanted it to.
Yeah.
Which is one thing that's cool about this, because the speaker on this one, it doesn't quite go that loud. You have to have an external speaker.
No, it really rather sucks on the PSB-7.
Could you tell us your name? Could you tell me if you're a male or a female? See, now I gotta say, I don't think this is anything paranormal, this temperature fluctuating. We're on the top floor here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Of an apartment.
Right.
So that, and it's only 1 degree. It's not like it's going up 10 degrees. I mean, if it was a 10 degree, all of a sudden got cold or all of a sudden got hot, I'd think something. But fluctuating 1 degree here and there is not that much, really.
Well,
millimeter system came in. As soon as I cut off the lights, the lowest it got was 72.9. Since then, it went up to 73 and now 74.7. So that's
So
the
it is
minor
minor.
differences that we've been seeing.
So a little over, what, like 2 degrees?
2 degrees
Yeah.
since we've been in here.
And that's normal.
So 20 minutes.
Right.
however, am I correct in assuming that the REM pod only registers 5-degree variation?
Well, that's what I was told. However, that's only showing a 1 degree variation. This is only showing a 1 degree variation.
Right.
That would make me question if that is indeed
1 degree.
1 degree or 5 degrees.
Right.
And that would be where the paranormal thing plays in. And same with this, really. Like, you think about it's got the temperature thing on there. It's neat to monitor, yes. Right? But
1 degree can be caused by turning on an incandescent bulb nearby.
right.
That seems like
1 degree is just going to happen. Like every investigation, every place we've been on, when you set out that ambient thermometer, it fluctuates,
Right.
you know, between 2 and 3
The hottest
degrees.
is when you cut that light on. It's now at 74. It was 72 when the lights were off.
yeah.
See?
Yeah, somebody could fart and set that thing up a degree.
Exactly. Exactly. Especially if you've been eating some wings to go, which is my favorite
Ooh, that
place
sounds
to get
good.
hot wings.
I want
It's
Wings
Wings
to
to Go
Go.
indeed. But anyway, not sponsored by Wings to Go. The thing is, a lot of people will take this and they'll take some of these devices and they'll see the temperature fluctuate 1 degree and be like, yeah, we got some activity. I don't think so. I think you need more than that, you know?
The person in the room with me right now, with Will, his name is Jeff. Jeff would like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
If you are the dark mass that she sees in this room, that's that thermometer. If you are the dark mass that she sees, can you make that turn green? If you know the source of the smell.
That's proximity too.
Yeah.
Ask if there's a Peggy.
Peggy? Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about that, the proximity meter wasn't going off very often.
Right.
Huh.
So some interesting stuff back here in the master bedroom with this session that these guys were just in here. That previous clip was the REM pod on the bed. And we actually, as we discussed earlier, the proximity detector doesn't go off too much. It was going off, sure enough, in direct response to some questions, which was pretty interesting. So, after we leave an investigation, this is basically us taking out the trash. That's what we're here for.
After our investigations. So, normally it's going to be a Sheetz or something like that, but if you want to join us in eating, you're welcome to. We usually find a Wawa or whatever's open for that matter. But
We happen to find a Wawa, and it's a good thing because you guys left your cars here.
That's right.
So it's good that we found that. And there's Megan's at the getting ready to go cause another accident, perhaps. So yeah, going for the touchscreen items here, huh?
I am. I got a custom quinoa bowl.
Custom quinoa. What is quinoa?
Quinoa is like a little grain. It's supposed to be extremely good for you, packed with vitamins and minerals. It's like kind of along the same lines as like rice and couscous, but better for you than rice. But you get to mix in all these things. You get to pick your protein. Oh, it said cancel.
Oh,
we took too much time.
Oh man.
Jeez.
Meatball sub looks good though.
I know.
Oh.
Look at the size of this meat stick.
Whoa, that is ridiculous.
It's a savage beef stick.
Macho Man.
It is a wrestler's
Classic.
meat stick. I think
Snap into a Slim Jim.
I could down that thing.
Ah.
Not everything. Look at that list.
So this is my hoagie right here, and it's got a good bit of things on it. What did
But
you
it's
say?
a shorty roll.
It is the shorty roll,
I can't see it. I'm blind.
or perhaps should I say shoddy roll. What do you got over there, Megan? Some apple juice?
I do.
Those chips are pretty good though. I just tried one. What
Screw
flavor?
the
are
apple
those?
juice. Look at this shit. This is good.
What flavor are they?
Voodoo.
Cajun.
Oh.
Cajun. Those are very good.
Anything Cajun is usually good.
Yes. And I see you got a quesadilla there, but I think the last we checked in, you were getting a quinoa bowl.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Well,
What is that? Oh,
what happened is that they didn't actually have the quinoa. They had it still in the computer, acting like they had it. But then when I actually paid for it, they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we have no quinoa." And I'm like, "Well, what am I supposed to do here?" So I had to get a refund, order something else. And then she's like, "Well, we got other things we could put in there, like besides the quinoa, we could put beans in there." I'm like, "I don't want a bowl full of beans. Who wants that?" So I went back and got the quesadilla, and it's chicken bacon ranch. It was a new flavor, so I figured that it was worth a try.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna
far
tear
it
into
is.
this shoddy hoagie right here.
Who's gonna videotape it?
It was kind of
You get everything on there?
it's on the shoddy. No, not everything. I was pretty selective. I got most of the stuff, but the stuff that costed extra, I didn't get on.
Oh,
it.
no.
Anything that was free is on this thing now, and there it is. So, no break in there, I guess.
An
It's just like
Italian,
this.
no
I'm gonna
less.
try to take a little bite of this thing here and see. That's a good salmon.
So it's already gone, but I had
There's some remnants there.
a chicken cheesesteak with cheddar cheese sauce, chipotle sauce, grated Parmesan, and mayo. All the cheese that they had, I put it up there as long as it was free.
That sounds pretty good.
It's delicious.
Man, chicken cheesesteak, that sounds pretty good.
So it's the day after yesterday,
Yep.
once again here, and we got some people in the back. I thought there was someone
Yeah.
behind me. Maybe
There
not.
is. There's Tanya.
There she is.
Yep. There's 3
There
people
she
in the
is.
back, stuffed in like sardines.
All right, there's everybody.
Yep.
So interesting investigation last night. And one thing, Tanya, tell us what happened when you woke up this morning, if you
I
would.
woke up with a bruise on my arm, right here, and I felt slight coldness and chill and something on my right side in the master bedroom as we were doing a session, and it did not even feel like it was going to be anything there other than the chill I got. But when I woke up and saw this morning, I was like, oh, that's what was on my arm.
And that wasn't there when you left last
No,
night.
wasn't there. Haven't done anything to get a bruise. Nothing.
Same place that you were touched while you were sitting on the bed.
Right, when I was standing on the bed. Yeah, standing beside the bed.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
like, you were standing
Yeah,
on the bed?
standing beside the bed.
What the hell
yeah.
were you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy when I woke up this morning. I did not expect that.
Yeah, and what's interesting is the client revealed to you that about her arm, that she
Right.
got a bruise on her arm as well in the same place, right?
Yeah.
She got it on her right upper arm right here.
Mm-hmm. And she did say that the spirit, evidently she had a this lady had an ex-husband who was kind of abusive and who would squeeze her arm really bad until she had bruises, and now the spirit that's in the house supposedly does the same thing. So she gets these bruises from this spirit.
And you know, she
So-
did mention that she gets real cold when that happens, and we
Did she?
all were feeling the same chill
Oh,
at the
yep.
same time. She said she gets
There you go.
bone chilling cold, and then she'll see that she has a bruise.
Jeez.
Yeah, she had
That's
Megan
crazy.
sitting by the fire there.
I
Yeah.
didn't think about that
Yeah.
till after.
Right.
If you start putting all the pieces together, then you can like
That makes sense.
understand what happened.
Right.
Or,
Right.
You know how it's happening. That's crazy.
And some interesting EVPs that came out when you were reviewing last night.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So stayed awake till about 4 o'clock in the morning listening to everything that we had. And the first 5 minutes into the recording, we got a response when Jeff asked, could you make the light turn green again? And it came across saying yes. And that was crazy. I think in all we got about 6 things on my voice recorder from last night.
Oh, wonderful.
So it
Yeah,
was
that's
something.
cool. So we'll definitely be revealing that in an evidence review.
Absolutely.
Did you get that wah 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 sound?
Yeah.
Could
On
you make it
on
more-
the radio.
Was it more clearer for you?
It didn't sound like it was saying anything in particular.
It was just like a
It
jabber.
was just a
It was
noise.
like yeah.
And it was interesting that you could hear the radio do that. At the same time, the temperature gauge was going off, the reader on the other one was going
Right.
off, and the light was going
and
off.
like it was like he was like had a lot of energy.
If
all of a
anything
sudden.
went off, all 4 would go off at the same time, all 4 devices.
And you heard this like to me it was like a wah 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 wah. It was not.
Yeah.
It was not the scanning.
It didn't sound like scanning.
You're
no.
right.
It sounded like something else.
Right.
Right. Some interesting stuff.
Definitely.
But right now we're on the road down to Jacksonville, North Carolina, close to a 4-hour drive,
Right.
and a few stops in the near future, perhaps a Sheetz.
Yes.
We'll see. So we're driving down Route 13 here into North Carolina. And I don't know, what's the outlook there, Will? What do you think?
There's no Wawa, so we're getting concerned.
There
no
definitely is
wireless
not.
Service.
There's no service.
That's a biggie.
And we've got 17 miles on this road, more miles in the further directions after this, they stay on 13 North.
Oh, God.
And we've got 40 miles left for the gas tank.
We're empty.
So this is where, this is kind of the climax of the plot right here. The sun's going down, running out of gas.
Right.
This long country road in North Carolina.
I'm sure something will come up here soon.
Will we make it to the investigation? Will we make it back?
Right. May not be a Wawa, but something will come up soon.
Will we survive the gas station if we do find one?
Yeah, sure we will.
I mean,
These are-
those
these
gas
are-
stations out here. Yeah.
These are country folk. They're
Absolutely.
They're
I
good.
got my 9.
Right, I've seen
Yeah,
Texas Chainsaw
you won't need it
Massacre.
out here. Yeah, everybody's got a 9 out here. You're not gonna need it.
So we found a duck through. Tanya, what do you think about this place right here, this duck through, huh?
I'm just taking it all in. I think it looks kind of old, but we'll see what's inside.
It's pretty cool. I heard they have death pumps.
Okay.
Have you heard that?
No.
Hey, Linda, what about the death pumps?
The deaf pumps?
I've heard duck throughs have death pumps. You remember those?
Yeah, I have heard of the deaf pumps, and we did see them at another duck through, and we're not exactly sure what that means, but we think it's just like a really exceptionally cool type of
Right.
pump.
It's like a fat pump, only it's a deaf pump.
It could be, yeah, and maybe one from back in the, the Fat Boys era.
Right.
So, but we're not sure. Maybe
Well,
we should ask.
Let's check out the duck through. I think they had like fried liver and stuff like that in here, don't they?
That's some Champ's chicken. I'm kind of excited about
Oh
that.
yeah, that sounds like some good stuff. Hey, they got hot stuff on the go. Should I take a picture next to that sign?
Yeah. Here.
Annie, what are your thoughts here so far? Is anything good?
Just regular munchy stuff.
Yeah, some regular munchy stuff. Look at the duck through coffee. Pretty
Yeah,
cool
I'm checking
sign.
that out.
It's kind of like Wawa, only it's a different kind of duck maybe? Is Wawa a duck?
I don't know, but it's nicely set up.
Wawa might be a goose.
We'll see.
Let's check out the bathrooms. They do have a nice little eatery over here, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah. It's a good place to get some.
$5 tackles a box of shrimp, it looks like, and
Ooh,
fish.
I could go for some shrimp too,
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
So I found something that's particularly exciting. This is a Krispy Kreme honey bun. Pre-packaged. Yeah, but look, they've got cinnamon buns. They've got the iced jumbo white iced honey bun, which is really good. But then they've also got the regular crunch donuts and everything. I've never seen this stuff anywhere.
Some pies.
Yeah, and they have some really some other really cool things too that I've never seen before. Like if you come down here, this junk food section continues around to here. They have peanut butter ho-hos.
Oh, man,
right?
those look good.
I know. That's another thing I've never seen before. Apple cinnamon danishes. So this thing is just a veritable, like...
A plethora of junk food.
It's a plethora of junk food. It really is, and I kind of like it.
Absolutely. Oh, and look at this. They have Frosty since 1939. All right, so we're getting back on 13 here, and managed to get some gas. Didn't turn into a horror story, which is good. But they did have some good-looking chicken, I have to say, in that gas station. But Will, I noticed you opted out of the chicken.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Well, look, so Champ's Chicken, they had chicken out since 9 o'clock this morning. It is now 5. That's a long time for chicken to be sitting out in a warmer. So, yeah, we decided if they do that, what else do they do?
Yeah, so it's probably good to opt out of that. I mean, imagine the bacteria that's probably on this chicken at that point, you know?
Yeah, and it probably wouldn't taste good. It's not
Right.
juicy anymore.
Be dried out.
Yeah, very dry. I had that experience at Royal Farms. It's hit or miss with them. And I stopped by there one night, late at night, and I got some of their chicken strips, and they were the worst I've ever had. Like, they were like leather. It was nasty. But I paid for them, so I ate them, you know. It's too late then. So driving down Route 13 here, interesting conversation, and the question has been brought up. What is scarier to some people, ghosts or aliens? And let's get some responses on that. What do you say, Will?
You know what? I'm going to throw a third option out there. I think demons are scarier to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think I'll say demons.
Yeah, we didn't even think about that, but yeah, that would probably be the least thing you'd want to tangle with.
I don't know. I don't think the demons are as scary as aliens are. Really, I think I could deal with a demon before I could deal with an alien, because aliens will come and take you when you least expect it. They don't care what activity you're in or what you're doing, and they just grab you and then do experiments on you. And there's no way you can escape it. You're up in this ship. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you could throw holy water at these things, or or hit them with a cross.
You might not even be able to shoot them.
Right, that's exactly right. We don't know what kind of exoskeleton or what sort of armor that these things are wearing. So who knows? The 357 might be powerless against them. So
that's right.
I don't want to deal with aliens.
And you think about all these people who have been abducted, report to have been abducted,
right?
And they talk about feeling it. Everything that these aliens are doing to them, they're feeling it.
Yeah. And
like I said, there's no anesthetic that's being used there.
Exactly. The aliens are like, oh, this isn't going to hurt. You'll be okay. And then all of a sudden they're in excruciating pain. And that stuff doesn't go away. I mean, they leave scars. I saw that Travis Walton story. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Where he got the logger who got abducted out of Arizona, and the things that he recalled, and being, like needles in the eyeballs. No, thank you.
Now, Tanya, you said you'd kind of like to take a ride on a spaceship, didn't you?
Yeah, I would like to live in their habitat. Just to be accepted by one would be amazing.
Yeah. How do you get accepted by one, though? You know what I mean? That's like the rat being accepted by the scientist, perhaps.
Yes.
I don't know. But that does happen, because you hear about all these scientists that have these rats, these lab rats, and they end up, forming an attachment with them. They come like a pet. And then they don't want to do the experiments on them anymore.
There you
I
go.
suppose that's true.
Perhaps that could happen. Yeah.
Now, I would like to ask,
Not taking any
could aliens be the exact opposite of demons? Could aliens actually be angels?
Angels. Oh, I don't know.
That is a good question.
Or the aliens could be the demons.
Or the angels. The aliens could be demons.
Yeah.
Aliens, I believe, are just way smarter than us, and they're just trying to find out how they can be accepted by us. They're trying to learn about us so they can possibly come here and live in our environment. They would probably want to take over the environment, but I feel like that's why they're doing all this mystery that they're bringing, that they want to know about us, because they're far more advanced than us.
Yeah, but see, so are demons. Demons are supposed to be far more intelligent than most people on Earth. But they seek to come, they seek to take over. They don't care about our feelings. They don't care if you say, ouch, that hurts. They're still going to continue to do what they want to do. Mm-hmm. So maybe there's some missing part of the legend about the demons that were the fallen angels. Maybe they fell down to Earth, and then became so advanced that they escaped from Earth and went up into the skies.
That's true. Now, I saw a Star Trek episode that kind of reminds me of this a little bit. And it was interesting, because what they'll do is they'll go and they'll make first contact. The Federation will go and make first contact. And they did that with this primitive planet that was just experimenting with warp speed. And when they made this contact, the people saw them, the humans, as aliens. And they were aliens to that planet, of course.
Right.
But they weren't there for ill intentions. They were there to help them, give them technology and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So perhaps the aliens... Some of the aliens, I mean, I'm sure there's bad aliens, just like there's bad people.
Yeah.
But perhaps some of them are from an organization or such that's working with the government.
J-Rod.
That's right, J-Rod. What's the deal with J-Rod?
J-Rod was supposedly this alien that had crash landed on Earth, and he was a survivor, and he was taken in by the government, and he actually helped the government to develop technology. and he would, tell them what to do and how to do it. And supposedly, this was back in like the 60s. It might have even been the Roswell incident that he crashed in, but supposedly he gave them all this technology, and that's the reason why we've made so many technological advancements since the 60s. We've gone from 8 tracks and record players all the way up through CDs and digital files. So
Yeah, that's right.
But
a lot of advancements in that time.
But supposedly the scientists and in the government had kind of affectionately nicknamed him J-Rod. I'm not exactly sure where they got that name, but it sounds like a basketball player's nickname to me.
Yeah, like a rapper, perhaps.
Yeah, a
maybe.
rapper. Yeah.
I don't know, but you ask why would the government keep this covered up, and that's of course because if they were to let this out, just like on the episode of Star Trek, mind you, people would probably be showing up trying to get this guy, trying to shoot him.
Right.
A lot of them wouldn't want the change. They'd be scared of the change, and they wouldn't believe it.
Right.
They wouldn't believe that the aliens are actually here to help us. They'd probably formulate in their minds that these people are actually here with ill intentions.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because it's hard to believe that someone would come from light years away just to help Earthlings gain technology.
Right.
But who knows? Maybe there's people out there that like to help. All right, so here we are at that beacon of light,
Right.
Sheetz, and it's so strange just driving down this road of nothing, and then all of a sudden, here it is.
Here it is.
Like a mirage, perhaps. Yeah, I don't know, but hopefully it's not. Hopefully it won't touch the door and it turns to like sand or something like that.
Right. No, he's got the door open.
Oh,
Hasn't
there it
turned to
is.
sand yet.
There it is.
Thank you.
So everyone here intently typing in their orders from the touch screens here at Sheetz. And what are we selecting over here? What do you think about going with today?
I'm getting a salad today.
A salad.
I am. Yeah, they have a
man.
bunch of really good salads. They're actually very large, so it's a lot of food. But I'm getting the California Cobb salad, and I'm thinking that I might just have it with ranch instead of blue cheese, because blue cheese is actually kind of like mold. So
Yeah, I
I don't
like
want
some
to
of
eat
that blue
mold. Yeah,
cheese.
I don't eat mold on my salad.
Big salad.
Yes.
So I was up there by the register and I saw these. Sheetz Freak. And on the back, it's got this. And it's a magnet and a window decal. And they were free. So I had to get these. Of course, we got to put them on the car right
No,
there
that's
next to the
cold brew.
VAPI
That's
logo.
coffee.
Even if Sheetz isn't going to sponsor us,
no thanks.
I think we'll still give them a shout out. So this is the boneless bites platter. It comes with fries, some boneless bites, macaroni and cheese, habanero sauce, and some jalapeno ranch. And of course, got a Coke there. Now you got the big salad down there, I see that.
I did. I got a big salad. Yeah, and it looks really good. It's got guacamole and a couple of other things that you don't normally find on a Cobb salad, but
Pretty good.
and bacon. Bacon is, I think it's got
Bacon
turkey
is
and
key.
stuff on it too. So
Can't eat green stuff without some meat on there.
yeah, I figure if I'm gonna, kill myself later on with food, I'd rather do it later in the night after the investigation.
That's exactly what I did.
I'd rather get something now that's not going to have me running to the toilet every 5 minutes when I get to the investigation. I do that safer.
And there's not a variety of toilets along the road here.
No,
as
there
we've
is
seen.
not.
Well, what'd you decide to go with?
So I got a wrap with cheese steak, and the cheese isn't a normal cheese. It's a nacho cheese with boom boom sauce and chipotle mustard. So we'll see how this goes.
Good stuff. Yeah, tearing that thing. It has a salad. Did you get a chance to eat it yet?
No, because I really need a plastic knife, and she gave me 2 forks.
Oh,
so
jeez.
I'm not sure what to do here because
What
I've
is
got
this here that you're
some-
eating? What do you got? What is that?
Some kind of huge burrito.
That is a
It's
big
like-
burrito.
it's
That's
like
like
the
bigger than your
quesarito.
hand.
Quesarito, yeah.
Yeah, gigantic.
Pretty good. So what's the verdict?
Really good. Spicy.
This stands for level 3. Sheetz Freak level 3. So I guess that's the top level freak. This is some of the best mac and cheese I've ever had.
I got a wheat toasted chicken salad sub with jalapeno peppers.
Wow, I see the salad. Oh, there's the chicken. No, that's the
No,
bun.
it's cheese.
The bun is a weird
Tune-
color.
there
is it
it
like
is.
a wheat bun or something?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's healthy from what I hear.
Okay.
How is it? Did you try it yet?
I have not, but I'm going to.
Are you going to do an obnoxious bite?
No. I'll do
Come
a
on.
bite.
There we go. Oh!
That's it.
Applying the Sheetz Freak professionally.
That's what I was doing all morning.
Well, I'm putting my jacket on when we get there. Temperature changed.
Tanya, you got one of those too. You gonna put it on your car?
I'm definitely going on my car.
Yeah, we got the one back here.
Yeah.
See, it comes with the magnet as
I
well.
like the magnet.
Yeah, we got the magnet. We stopped in a Speedway here.
Yes, we are. It was one of the biggest convenience stores that we saw, so we thought that maybe it looked like it might have some coffee. And sure enough, if you look down here,
Yeah.
they have most of the pucks.
Oh, look at
I
that.
know, but there
A
is
plethora.
one. Yeah, there is
They
one.
look like they're full of water though.
No, there's.
Is that water?
I was trying to get you to go around the other way because you can see there's two pots. See, there's
Oh yeah, look
a
at
full
that.
pot of each,
Good
decaf
stuff.
and regular. So that's what I'm
Nice.
thinking.
So what is
Tanya,
that? Just like examples
You
of
saw
different
your
coffee?
first Piggly Wiggly tonight. What
Probably
was your
my first-
impression about that?
Why is it open at this hour?
Looked like the kind of place you'd like to go inside though, right?
Yeah, I would like to go in there.
A
Just
pig
see what,
with a
check it
little
out. Yeah.
hat on. Yeah. Cool place.
See
Cool
what
place.
Piggly has to offer.
Yeah. How's that coffee? Is it hot?
They made it. It's fresh.
It made it like it's front
Yeah.
you? Oh, okay. Then it's
Yeah.
gotta be hot.
Amazing lighting. We got rid of all the clumps. It's running great. Now all they can do is fix this stupid exhaust, which is actually pretty good view. Very pretty great. Good. I got this.
Alright, so we're here at the location, and Linda and Will are doing the initial walkthrough here, just to see if they get any vibes in any certain areas, just to kind of get a feel for the house. I'm assuming there's a motion light in the closet.
Yeah, because I didn't touch anything. Let's hope so.
We got Linda and Will to talk about their experiences here, and of course that will be on the Paranormal Case Files. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you two through, and I'm going to show you what some of the reports are in some of these rooms. So if you come into this first room right here, the son that sleeps in this room, he was 4 years old, and they found him out on the roof. He opened up the window and just was standing out there on the roof. They believe that it wasn't him, that something led him out there. He talked about And being 4, he didn't have a lot of descriptions and what he was talking about and such. But he talks about the spirit of 2 different women being in his room. And they believe that one is the great-grandmother whose picture is hanging here on the wall. You can come in if you want to and get a pan over of it. In the previous house, he was having some issues, and when they hung her picture up, the issues stopped. The problem with the spirits that he was experiencing. So they tried the same thing here. The activity didn't cease, but he has talked about seeing 2 women. He's described her and even said her name without even knowing her name. This is, like I said, 4-year-old. So we're going to go in this next room here.
Cats following us everywhere.
Now this is the other son's room. That son is no longer 4. He's a little older now. This one is now 4, I believe. And he talks about something. He will not sleep unless this latch is closed on the closet. Because he said that something comes out of his closet at night. And this thing that comes out of his closet, he says it looks like his little brother, the little child that we saw downstairs that sleeps in the other room. But it's green, and it's the size of their Labrador Retriever. And this comes out of his room to the point where he will not sleep in here. He won't even come in here unless this thing is latched. One of the things that also prompted her to question what was going on, and we don't have the video, but she was watching this camera right here, and there were these 2 big orbs just hovering above her son while he was sleeping. So it's almost like something is kind of messing with the 2 children, and this is the case where what we're going to want to do is make sure we cover the investigation of the entire upstairs. We want to get the whole house to whatever extent we can, because if it's messing with both of these children, and if it is the type of spirit that is leading one to walk out on the roof, it's something that's up to no good. So it could probably go anywhere in the house, especially if we're here. So once again, what we'll do is we'll keep the team small. We'll come in, we'll get our baseline sweeps. We'll set up a camera on this door, and we'll go from there. We still need to get Tanya, and Alicia's going to walk through, and we'll see what they pick up when they come through, if it relates to what these 2 did. And it's kind of spot on, because it is, to some degree, the entire upstairs. It is definitely the upstairs. So. Good kitty. That's a good kitty. That's another good kitty. Alright, so we're out here by our makeshift base station out of the back of the car, if you will. And we're getting ready to do our baseline sweeps. Now, one thing we've noticed, of course, is that the Mel meter doesn't go off quite as much as the K2 meter. In fact, the K2 meter was just going off right now a few moments ago. So we're still trying to figure out if the K2 meter is just a lot more sensitive, or as we were talking about last night, if it's one of those things that's kind of rigged.
Well, last night, the highest this one got was 0.3. That's the highest it ever got, while that one was going up to almost red when we were in the room together.
Right, and this is saying, okay, it's 1.5, 2.5, 10, 20 plus.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it got-
So there's no way that this has gone up to 20 plus milligauss. That's legit. I would say this has some, I have some questions about this, to say the least.
But wait a minute.
Yeah, come into
Does
the
that
light here so we
measure-
can see you.
Does this measure in milligauss or does it measure in gauss?
Milligauss.
Okay, it does
See-
say
see the
milligauss.
see the MG?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and this is the same thing.
Same.
It is the same
Yeah.
measurement,
Milligauss.
the same
Yeah.
scale.
So
Okay.
for it to get 20, am I reading that right? 20 milligauss?
I believe so.
And
I
that's
mean, that's
what
what
it
it
got
looks
up
like
to
to me.
last night in the room.
Yeah,
So it's questionable.
it is questionable, but
Interesting to experiment with, nonetheless.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So coming out from doing the baseline, just went in, walked
Yep.
through. You and Tanya, you were using the Mel meter,
Yep.
Right,
and you were Tanya. Step over here in the light so we can see you here. You were using the K2 meter, right?
right.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what are the results here?
So the K2 meter, this would go off randomly. You could put it next to a TV, a power outlet, it would do nothing. Then you could walk in the middle of a hallway and it would start
would
going
light up.
off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would put the Mel meter right next to it. It wouldn't change at all. It just seems to go off sporadically. I think there is some credence to what you said before, that it could be some type of gimmick machine that ghost hunters use and feel like they're actually getting something when in reality they're not.
I've been wondering about that because if we're looking at it, it's supposed to measure milligauss.
Right.
Same thing. They're both supposed to measure the same thing. So they should both be given the same reading unless one's malfunctioning.
Correct.
It was like going off like there's no reason for it to be going off in the middle of the hallway.
Right.
And it would be sporadic.
Walking through the house, the highest this went up was 0.8, and that was when I put it next to a TV. While this was going up to
Yellow.
10.
Yeah, it went, well, it didn't go all the way to red. It went to yellow a lot. Maybe once or twice here, but mainly stayed in the yellow. Just sporadically in the hall, over the bed on the front left bedroom.
And
then it would stop.
We've compared the Mel meter to the other EMF detector, and they got similar. They were similar, very close, almost exact, spot on. So, I mean, it's not like we know that one's not malfunctioning unless that one and the other one are malfunctioning, and the K2 meter is the only one that's working, which doesn't seem likely.
But last night on our investigation, this one was going off dramatically in front of the TV and all the wires and the little cable box. So it was working, but tonight when I put it in front of the TV, same type thing, a smaller cable box, it didn't even move. It didn't even light up any.
So we just had Will and Tanya go in the other room, and they did a spirit box session in there, and Will's out there right now reviewing the audio from that spirit box session. But we're going to set up in this room, and this is the room with the closet that has the latch on it, where something comes out of this closet at night, according to the resident that sleeps in this room. This time when we set up the spirit box, we're actually going to use a splitter. And this splitter is going to go into the side of the spirit box. One end's going to go to a speaker, and the other end's going to go to headphones that Linda's going to be wearing. So she won't hear the questions, and therefore won't be biased. She'll be the only one that blurts out the responses that she hears through the spirit box. Can you please tell us your name? Who is it that comes out of this closet? Can you tell us the name of the little boy that sleeps in this room? Do you want him to be afraid? If he has a reason to be afraid of you, tell us, and I'll let them know. Likewise, if he really has no reason to be afraid of you, tell me, and I'll let them know that. We just want to... We just want to know what your intentions are. What brought you here? How long do you plan on staying here?
Something showing her. We're showing her.
Do you want this family to leave? How would you feel if they moved out of this house? Would you care at all? Tell us, is it necessary for this latch to be on the closet door? Would you rather them leave it open at night? What if I turn the latch right now and close it? Would that bother you? Do you have a problem with that? It doesn't seem like you'd be able to open the door with the latch closed. So we've got Tanya and Will, we've got them inside. They're in that closet. I think Will actually went in there solo to use the REM pod. And he took the camera in there with him.
He did.
So I think this is going to be a pretty interesting episode.
I think so.
I really do. Just with some of the stuff we're getting to try. And we were out here talking in the car. Linda's got this idea.
Yeah, actually, it's something that I've seen done before. What they do is usually take a ping pong ball and cut it in half, and they tape it over a person's eyes. And then they put white noise, pump white noise into headphones and make the person sit there and listen to it. And supposedly what this is going to do is accentuate your ability to get psychic impressions. So on investigative methods, it's kind of one of those things that we haven't tried before, but we just want to kind of see what it is. Now, we don't have a ping pong ball, mind you. Neither do we have medical tape. But we do have a sleeping mask that I brought, and we do have phone apps that generate white noise, so you can download one of these apps and use it. And I think that's what we're going to try and see what happens.
Well, this should be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
So I just cracked open this Job Smart aluminum flashlight, and this came from Tractor Supply. It's 500 lumens, and it's a pretty good flashlight. I kind of want to give a demonstration. We look out this way. Look at how far this beam can go. I mean...
Yeah, I think we just about lost it on camera, but it's
you see it
lighting
up there
up
in
the top of that tree.
Yeah. I mean, this is a pretty bright flashlight.
It really is.
And I like to talk about flashlights real quick. The one I always carry with me is a mag light, and it's nowhere near as bright. It really isn't. But, I mean, compared, if you see this one, big difference. I usually... For bigger locations, outdoor locations, I love these bright ones because you can really see down a long hallway. You can see across the yard or out in the woods. But a lot of times when we're in smaller locations, I prefer the one that's less bright because it doesn't kill your night vision quite as much. And especially if I'm just looking at how to operate equipment, how to turn on the spirit box, and I don't want to turn on the overhead light. It's nice. So it's good to have a variety of flashlights. It really is. For paranormal investigations, but I gotta say I'm impressed with this one right here. I mean, that's a pretty bright flashlight, and I think the next expedition that we do, this thing's going with me, because I'll tell you, when we were sitting out there in Hidden Valley, we could not see out in the woods beyond our campsite, and the brightest flashlight we had didn't light up more than probably like 10-20 feet outside of our campsite. So to have something like this that can just light up the woods with, if we hear some sounds out there, it's gonna come in pretty handy. So we're upstairs here. We have Linda. We've been recording a sensory deprivation session where she's got this night fan app that she's listening to. Sleep mask on. We've established that she cannot hear my questions, cannot hear me talking. REM pod is over in the window, which we've had some activity with earlier. We actually caught on video. That'll be in the case files. But right now she's hearing this child's voice. We're trying to figure out what this child wants. We don't hear it anywhere else. There's a TV on the lower level that the clients are watching.
Mama?
But there's nothing coming from that resembles a child. And in fact, you can barely hear it up here as it is. Can you tell us what you want? Who's your mom? What's her name? What's your mom's name?
This thing walking around doesn't feel human.
When's the last time you saw your mom? Where were you when you saw your mom the last time?
It wants us to leave.
If you want us to leave, light up that device. You know how to do it. Go near it again. Light it up so we can know. Because right now we're just doing an experiment. We don't know if you're actually saying that or if Linda's just getting that impulse. Or that inclination, I should say.
This thing's about 4.5 feet tall. Gray, hairless. Ears coming out the side of its head, but they're large and pointed. It's got sharp teeth.
Are you afraid of that thing that she's describing? Where's the little kid at? The child. What happened to that child?
It keeps going and sort of lingering back there. Just watching.
Why don't you go and light up that device for us? Just go near it. Are you interested in us?
I think it's starting to get angry.
Is there something you want us to know? The fan stop?
Yeah.
It's got to be timed on the app.
There's... Oh, that was weird. Oh, that was weird. All right, let me stop that because I got to describe this. All of a sudden, the noise from the bedtime fan stopped. And then there was this song playing in the background. And the song that was going on, that was playing, was like this kind of older 1970s African-American guy singing. But the words he was singing at the time when I heard it said, something's going on, it's 3 o'clock in the morn. And then, of course, I look at the bedtime fan. It looks like the bedtime fan is still going, but the phone had fallen asleep, so when I woke it up, the bedtime fan came back on, and then the song went away.
Do you have any songs like that?
No.
That's interesting. I don't know, but the phone is in maintenance boot mode.
What the hell does
Warning.
that mean?
Erases all. Use the volume up keys. Maintenance boot mode. Normal boot. Restart your phone normally.
That is really strange.
Yeah, something happened with the phone there.
That is really strange. What did it say? Restart normally, power down, turn off your phone?
Hey, what's up?
So we wrapped up our investigation here.
Right.
And about 2 hours down the road, stopped at a Sheetz.
Yeah.
So we can seriously indulge in some build your own
Hot
burgers.
food.
Hot food. Hot food.
Yes.
But I'm looking forward to these build your own burgers, wouldn't you say?
I'm getting a burger with nacho cheese because I deserve it.
That sounds awesome. Hey, I want to point out something. This cop car behind me, it says special police on the side.
I don't think that's a real police officer.
Like, special police?
Special police? Is that really a thing? I don't think so.
So these drinks over here, any size, 89 cents, which is why I'm going for this one. Add a little fizz to your life. Got some build your own burgers here tonight.
What we got? So,
The unveiling. Scoot this up over here a little bit. That's good.
it's very simple.
Oh, that is simple.
But I got a burger with traditional bun, toasted, with cheddar cheese and nacho cheese. And of course, I had to add the bacon. So it's very simple. But let's see.
And that was the build your own burger. Huh.
That was it.
Looks pretty good.
Exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
Not
How's
too
the taste
filling.
of it? Put up to expectations. There we have it.
Great.
Tanya, what'd you get? Just some fries?
Nope.
Yep, surprise me here. What's it gonna be? Did you build a burger too?
Yep.
No, you didn't. Oh man, look at that thing.
Mine's bigger than yours.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Alrighty. Mine has traditional bun, mayo, ketchup, American cheese, lettuce, red onions, jalapenos, sliced tomatoes, and pickles.
That's a lot of stuff on that burger. Oh man, it looks good.
Looks like the bun
Looks
got
like salad on a
walked on.
bun. Yeah. You said it got coughed on?
Oh, it got walked on. It's like, where is the burger though? Where's the meat? Oh,
It's
there's
under
the
all that,
meat. It's
it's
under
under all that lettuce. Yeah,
Where's
that's
the
a
meat?
lot of lettuce.
There it
Jeez.
is.
Yeah, you can do the obnoxious bite. Go for
I'm
it.
gonna try. I'm not
Here we
like
go.
you.
Obnoxious bite. Oh man, look at that bite. Yeah. All right. There we have the nod of approval.
Jalapeno.
And when Tanya gives the nod of approval, you know it's good. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. I'm picky.
Like you don't get that nod too much.
Nope.
Only at Sheetz.
Only at Sheetz.
Add a little fizz to your life.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh, that's the thing fries.
Thank you, fries.
Thank you,
All right.
fries.
Sounds good.
So, this is heavy. This is actually...
The bag was heavy,
The
huh?
bag was really heavy. I think because the burgers are all really heavy. You might have to read what's in there and figure out which one's what.
So my burger, it's got a traditional bun, toasted, caramelized onions, bacon, pepper jack cheese, jalapeno poppers, boom boom sauce, fire roasted tomato sauce, lettuce, sliced tomatoes, black olives, jalapenos, mild pepper rings, pickles, and a little bit of Texas Pete. That's what that all looks like.
Very simple.
Man, looks like a good burger.
Oh, he took a bigger bite than me.
Uh-oh. Oh, good. So what do we have over here?
I don't even recall what I put on this thing, but I did get the traditional bun. I know I went for the traditional bun today. Normally I get like a pretzel bun.
Oh yeah, the brioche.
Yeah, no, just regular. But I did get some lettuce today, some black olives, some boom boom sauce, some onions,
That boom boom sauce
pepper
is good
jack.
stuff.
Yeah, with bacon on it. So I'm expecting it to be very good as it usually is.
So I had to get some stuff for the road here because I don't think we'll pass another place for quite some time.
Yeah.
So of course I have the Midnight Grape Kickstart, some Biggs dill pickle sunflower seeds. These things are great to keep you awake at night. Oh yeah, yeah. Chew them all the whole ride up there, and some pickled eggs. Oh yeah, they're actually, these are red beet eggs. I don't know if they're a little different than pickled eggs.
Yeah, they still taste
They're
pickled.
similar. They taste pickled to me. I like them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got some fuel for the road here. What do you think, Tanya?
I think that's disgusting. The drink is the only thing that's drinkable.
I'll split an egg with you.
Okay,
Take a bite?
Nope.
Well, everybody, we made it back just a little bit after 7, and I have to say this was quite a weekend. We had quite an adventure here from Virginia Beach all the way down to Jacksonville, North Carolina, and some interesting investigations. These will be available as episodes of the Virginia Paranormal Case Files, and with the case files, it'll probably be a little bit of time before these are actually released, because the last video, the last Paranormal Case Files video we put out, I believe was from back in August. So a little behind getting those out there, but we are working on it, and we're looking forward to many more adventures in the new year. Thanks for joining us.